Hey guys, David here at the Crystalac company, and I wanted to take a quick minute to talk to you about applying water-based top coats during the summer. With the temperatures up, humidity outrageous pretty much all over the country, we see a lot of folks having issues and problems getting a nice smooth surface with a waterborne finish during this time of year. One of the issues with waterborne finishes, even though the polymers, resins, and the ingredients that go into them have advanced so much over the years, there's still inherent issues with a product that's developed to be a slow dry, slow cure product. There's still issues with it if you don't monitor and observe the weather conditions, the conditions in your spray area. Now, very few people anyway, have climate-controlled spray booths. So when applying finishes with a sprayer, whether it's a gravity-fed, Apollo, Erlex, whatever the sprayer may be that you're using, Fuji's another popular one, there's some key things to keep in mind, and it will always apply no matter the type of equipment you're using. So if when you're applying your product, you hear us say here at the Crystalac company to do nice, thin, even coats. And for those spray geeks that know what I'm talking about, 1 to 2 wet mil is typically what you're looking for when applying a top coat, whether you're brushing it or spraying it. So one thing that you can do, or one thing you need to look for, I should say, is what we call orange peel. It will literally look like the skin of an orange, those little dimples all over the finish, or you even may see it in one part of the project that you're working on and not see it in the other. Well, one of the things that causes that is when spraying the finish, it can be pressure on the gun, the amount of product you're applying, the tip size, the angle of the tip. For example, you don't want to spray at an angle. You want to be a nice level spray across the whole project, not giving it the old sweeping motion. You don't want to give it the sweeping motion because you're getting an uneven coat. And that'll help with the dry time and all that, because you're not piling a bunch of product in one area and really light product out on the other. If it's heavy in the middle, it's going to dry on top before it has an opportunity to level out. If you're giving it the sweeping motion and you're getting a really thin coat out on the edges of your project, then you're not going to have enough product out there for it to level out. Just saw some of that this week with a client of ours using sanding sealer. I'll try to put some photos in the video there for you to see. So knowing that no one has those perfect conditions to be able to do spraying, there are some things that you can do. Now, here at the Crystalac company, we have an awesome retarder. We recommend 5 to 10% of retarder to product. And this will allow the product to slow down in the dry process and give it that time it needs in high temperatures to level out. Now, many of you know that use our products. They are truly self-leveling when in the right conditions. But 5 to 10%, and err on the side of less is more. So start out with 5%, apply your first coat, and if you get any orange peel or any non-leveling issues, then level sand that out. Typically I'll use 380, 400, maybe even 600 depending on the project, and to level sand that out, get all my sanding dust off. Then I'll increase my mix to 10%. You don't want to exceed 10% because it's going to take forever for it to dry and the cure time is extended dramatically. So use the retarder, 1 to 2 wet mils, nice even coat when spraying, and give it that time to work. Don't be impatient. and just let it do its thing, and you'll be much more satisfied. Now, if you do end up with some orange peel, like I said, give it a nice even level sand. Ensure to get all that dust off of it. And one last thing that sometimes I forget to mention, and we have talked about dry time and cure times before. When using the retarder, you want to give it that extra time. So typically in those perfect conditions, 65 to 75 degrees, 70% humidity, you want to give it at least 2 hours between coats. With the retarder, if you're doing like 5%, you may want to bump that up to 5 hours or even 6 hours. Don't shortchange yourself. Give it plenty of time to dry. Now on the cure time side, typically, you've got a nice hard finish within a week or so. You can start, using it normally. You do want to handle with care with any water-based finish for up to 30 days while it's reaching that maximum hardness. So I know this is kind of a quick little video. It's not a lot of great information in it, but it's maybe some information that you can use to be more successful in using water-based finishes. And as always, go to crystalac.info. Look at the product on the drop-down menu at the project or the product that you're using, and see our recommendations for that product. And if you have any questions at all, be sure to hit us up on Facebook. Give us a call here at the Crystalac Company, and whether you're using our products or someone else's, we'll do our absolute best to help you through with it. Be patient, take your time, and happy finishing. Hope to see you soon.